Alright guys, it's finally happening. Martin, Julian, and I are departing for 1 month in Europe in a couple of days. And so we've started packing early because of course we're going to bring lots of camera gear with us. And I've got all of the camera gear here in these bags. This is actually packing light for us considering what I would normally bring with me. But now that we're traveling with a baby, I have to be a little bit more conservative with my camera gear. But we are bringing some goodies. So I'll show you everything inside of these bags. I'll also talk about the bags. And we're actually going to be giving away one of these items later on in this video, so stick around for the details. But let's dig into it. In case you're new here, my name is Susie, and my partner Martin and I do travel vlogs on our other channel, Gemini Discover, and I also do camera reviews and tutorials here on this channel. Oh, and also this video is not sponsored by anybody, but if you guys want to support the channel, then we have affiliate links below, so please use those links to buy your next piece of gear, and we'd really appreciate it because we get a small kickback at no extra charge to you, and we use those funds to help support the channel. Okay, so this bag, if you can't tell, this bag has been through a lot. It's actually pretty old, but this is my Think Tank turnstile pen, but I absolutely love it. I still love it. It's held up so well over time. It's been well worth whatever I paid for it. But I like it because it's super ergonomic and you can actually fit a lot of gear inside of this bag. So the main camera that we're bringing is the Fujifilm X-H2S, along with the 18 to 55mm kit lens. So this is actually Martin's camera, and you know, ever since we bought it, neither of us have really used it much, which is why you haven't really seen any videos on this channel about this camera. But yeah, the few times I have used it, I really liked it. We're gonna use it to film videos and photos. And yeah, you guys know that I shoot Sony. I always talk about my Sony cameras that I use for my professional work, but I actually, here in studio, I use a Fujifilm. This is the Fujifilm X-T3 that I use. This is just the dedicated studio camera, and whenever we travel, you know, I used to bring my own Fuji as well, but again, we have to downsize a bit now that we're traveling as a family, and so we're bringing one camera for the two of us to share. So again, it's the X-H2S. And we're bringing one other lens for it. This is the 55 to 200mm. So it's a nice telephoto zoom. You know, it's a variable aperture, so it's not going to give us the best image quality, but considering the size and the range, and the fact that we'll mostly be shooting outdoors, I imagine, this is a really great lens to have for travel. We're going to Eastern Europe, by the way. So that's where we're going. And okay, a little rocket blower here just to clean off the camera sensor if there's any dust. Very important for video in particular. Also, Martin just ordered these. A spare battery because the Fuji X-H2S battery is different than my X-T3 battery. So we only have one spare battery. And we also got a little Wasabi power charger because it's a double charger and it is significantly cheaper and smaller than the official Fujifilm battery. So we'll be rocking this guy. And the final goodie we have in here is my Insta360 X3, which is my favorite 360 camera. I love my 360 camera for not just action, it's actually really great also for doing like little family photos or videos because you can use the invisible selfie stick and get like little portraits as a group. You can also shoot interiors really well. We're going to be doing about 2 weeks total in Istanbul, and so going to want something wide angle since we're not bringing a super wide for the Fujifilm. So the 360 camera will come in really handy for that. So that was bag number one. Bag number two is a new to me bag. This is the Wandered Provoke 21, I think. It's so new that I don't even know the name of it. But yeah, it's a camera backpack. I've been very curious about it. This is like the one kind of mainstream camera bag that I've been curious, but I haven't, you know, really pulled the trigger to buy it myself. This was actually gifted from the Sony camera camp that I went to. This was the swag bag. It was just filled with stuff, so including the bag. So I'm very, very excited for it. I've kind of been lightly testing it out, mostly using it as a big laptop bag, and it is actually very comfortable. I'll do a full review of this bag once I've used it and kind of get some thoughts about it, but I'll be bringing it, you know, as my main carry-on bag, I think. Haven't quite figured out if I will bring it or not. Pretty sure that I will. But what I like is I can fit my laptop. I even got the little camera cube so I can put camera gear inside of here if I need to. But the nice thing is, this little part here, which I've kind of been iffy about because I don't really like how it looks, but functionally I think it's a really great thing. But this roll top can actually expand. And so if I need to throw in extra stuff that doesn't quite fit, I can make it fit by expanding the roll top. And when I'm not using it, I can condense it like this. And so I do think it will come in handy for that reason. And also on the side, there are little pockets for water bottles or tripod. So I will be bringing a tripod. We don't really shoot much with tripods when we do travel. We move at a faster pace. We're actually a little too impatient to wait for tripod shots. But I will bring the tripod just because we will be gone for a full month and I might feel inspired to do a little talking head video here and there. So I will have it with me. This is the Ulanzi and Photo Pro X Aircross F38 Carbon. And it's actually been my go-to tripod for shooting around the house, for going out and shooting around town. I really like it. So it's the video version of the Ulanzi Coleman tripod, which I also have. I also like it, but I like this one just because the legs deploy a lot faster. It's like one twist and you can have the legs fully out. And I can also get into a low angle shooting mode with it, and it's still very lightweight and super easy to travel with. But this is the item that we'll be giving away. So we're teaming up with Ulanzi. They're going to be sending one of these tripods over to one of you guys. So if you want to enter the giveaway, here's how. There are 2 things you need to do. First of all, make sure that you're subscribed to the Ulanzi YouTube channel. And number 2, leave a comment on their latest video about this tripod. The winner will be drawn on June 19th, 2023, and they'll be pinned in the comments. And now my final bag here is also an Ulanzi product, ironically enough. I swear they're not sponsoring this video other than, sponsoring the giveaway, I suppose. But they just make so many great products. Like, it was actually the Ulanzi GoPro vlogging cage that really started this channel off, and I'd never heard of that company. But since then, there are so many random products that they make that I absolutely love, and I use on a daily basis. And this bag is actually one of them. So I think that this is kind of like Peak Design's version of the bag, because people have stopped me and asked me if this is a Peak Design bag, and it's not. It's actually an Ulanzi bag. And I don't even know the name of it. I'll try to leave a link below to the bag, but I love it. The size is perfect. It's maybe a little too big for an everyday carry, but for carrying your camera gear and just little things that I need for Julian, it's actually been so great for that because it's really lightweight, super well made, and so I do use this bag a lot, and I will be bringing it on this trip with me. So it has a zippered compartment, and this is not at all organized. I kind of just threw everything into the bag for now. But the first thing I'm pulling out is the GoPro Hero 11 Black. You guys all know that this is our main vlogging camera, and that has not changed. We still mainly vlog with a GoPro, so I will bring the GoPro. We have the battery door on just because we might want to use it in, water situations. Also, we're bringing the media mod because we use the GoPro media mod and also an external microphone whenever we're vlogging with it. So the external mics, I'm bringing 2 actually. We're going to be bringing the Rode Wireless Go 2, which is in this ZG Cine charging case. I know that Rode just announced a new charging case for the Wireless Go 2. We're waiting to get that, but we won't have it for this trip, so we're gonna bring this third-party case instead. The other microphone is it's really, really adorable little Sennheiser MKE200. So I like this mic because it's small, it's pretty affordable, and it actually fits, well, with the media mod anyway, on top of the media mod. And even though it has the windscreen on it, you cannot see the windscreen when you're filming with the GoPro. So it's one of few directional microphones that, can do that. Also have a spare battery charger for the GoPro batteries. So again, this is third party. It's made by First Power. And it's been working out really great. I like it because it's small. It is not an external battery itself. You do have to plug it in via USB-C, but it holds up to 3 GoPro batteries. And for us, that's more than enough for a full day of shooting. I also have yet another Ulanzi product. This is a Ulanzi MagSafe attachment. So I also have my iPhone 14 Pro in here, which is another camera that I've been using a lot. But what I like about iPhones is MagSafe, because I can attach it to this little MagSafe thing, and you know, I can place it down like this. It can be a little stand, but more importantly, this actually has a 1/4-20 hole on the bottom. So if I want to turn this into like a mount, I can actually take something like the little Insta360 stick that we like to use a lot, screw that into the bottom of it, and then I'll have a handheld mount where I can, you know, do some vlogging. Or, I don't know if it's really intended to be used this way, but I've been doing it and it works super well. The little grooves here actually fit perfectly onto an Arca Swiss tripod mount. And so I can stick it right on my tripod like that. And I film so much B-roll this way. It is such a fantastic use for this little mount. But I'm gonna use this little combination whenever I wanna get iPhone shots. All right, 2 more small items to go. The next thing I'll be bringing with me in my little Ulanzi shoulder bag is another Ulanzi product. This is the Ulanzi crab tripod, which I did a little short about it. But it's nice because it clamps around pretty much any phone, and I can use it like this as like a handheld little vlogging mount, or I can use it like this as a stand. And so I just like the flexibility and versatility of this for when I want something super small and compact for vlogging or filming with the iPhone. All right, last item. This is actually brand new. I just unboxed it. I have not even used it yet, but it is small enough that I think I'm gonna bring it with me just to test it out. And I'll do a full review about this once I have gathered my thoughts about it. But this is Falcam MagLink Pro. So this is, you know, it looks like a Peak Design product, have to admit, but it's a modified version of it. And so it's arguably a little bit better. First thoughts are that it's actually very thin compared to the Peak Design straps. I actually have the wrist strap that I use all the time. So this material is much thinner, which is nice because it's more lightweight, but I do wonder about how it would hold up over time. But the attachment point, also very Peak Design-esque in its design, but it is a little different because it's not just, you know, the little red thing that you stick in and you pull it, but it's magnetic. So that's kind of nice because it just makes sure that you can get a quick attachment from your camera strap to the camera that you have this attached to. All right, guys, that is all of the camera gear that we'll be bringing with us on our 1-month family vacation to Eastern Europe. You know, it is a vacation, so we're not going to film extensively, but we will be vlogging the entire trip. So if you want to see how that's going, then check out our travel vlogging channel, Gemini Discover. But yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some long-term reviews of some of this newer camera gear that I've mentioned in this video. Thanks for watching, and my light is flashing behind me, so it's time to go. I'll see you in the next one.